All right, everybody, welcome back to another free watch list. This one is our monthly swings for the month of March. Now, March already opened up on Friday, so as we go through this list, this last candle is going to represent the current month of March. We are looking for the triggers on the candlestick previous to that. So this candlestick here, which is the month of February, this is a free watch list. I put free watch lists out for you guys all the time, so make sure you like this channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click that bell so you get the notifications when I actually send these videos out. I send out weekly swings, which has not been out. I have not done it yet, but it will be out, so check that out as well. I do daily watch lists except for Monday, and I've got a bunch of learning tools for you guys to teach this strategy that we trade every single day. So let's get started on this list. The screen you see in front of you, that is TradingView. If you've never used it before, there is a link in the description below. That will get you a free 30-day trial to their sub-based services. And then if you do click on that link and you've never used TradingView before, you'll get up to $30 off of the subscription if you decide to go ahead with it. So let's take a look at what we've got on CVS. So CVS in February finished with the inside bar. And anytime we have an inside bar, guys, we can play the high or the low. And let me go back here. Sorry. Wow. We can play the high or that's a 3-month. We can play the high or the low of that previous bar. So this is what we call a 1 bar in this strategy. It does not break the high and it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range of that previous candle. It's a consolidating candle, a tightening range, and it acts almost as like a spring. When you squish or compact a spring down, you look for that explosion to the upside or the downside when that next candle opens, which we have here. So we are looking for a break to the high side or the low side. And if we go back in time and look, they don't always work, okay? But probability tells us that usually when we get an inside bar, we do hit targets. And our targets are just the highs of the preceding wick. So off this inside bar, this would be the first target. This would be the second target. And you can go back in time and look on any inside bar. And the majority of the time, guys, look, triggered, multiple targets, triggered, multiple targets, triggered, targets, okay? They work out exactly what we're teaching here the majority of the time. They don't always work. And I'll tell you, I don't know what the rates are on the monthly swings, but I know on the weekly swings, we are hitting 70, 75, 80, 85% of the setups that I'm giving you are working out. So if I gave you 10, between 7 and 9 of them are being fulfilled for profitable trades. So CVS, we're looking for a break of 78.30 for calls or 71.59 for puts, or you can buy common shares if we trend to the upside. So you're looking to take at least a month out, maybe 2 months out, 3 months out on these swing plays. These are longer term plays. It goes over a month. I put out quarterly swings as well, but this is for the month. So we're looking for it to trigger to the upside, hit our target here, trigger to the downside at 71.59, and the first target at $70.01. We move on to Lulu. Lulu had a 2 down that finished green. So what that tells me is, and here's another inside bar example, okay? We triggered, we hit the targets. It did what it said it was going to do. You should have taken some profit, and then it reversed. Okay, so now we've got a 2 down that finished green. The sellers were in control. They hit their targets, and then we trended back up the other way, and the buyers took it over. So we have that 2 down finished green. It tells me there is a high probability that we are going to trend up on Lulu in the month of March. Does it mean that's going to happen? No, it doesn't, but the probability lies there, okay? We look at Pfizer. So Pfizer, what we've got here is it's pretty close to a hammer candle. It's a 2 down that finished red, or shooter candle. Sorry, not a hammer candle. Shooter candle. I'm going to look to take this 2 down off of the shooter candle. So the shooter candle is an actionable signal to the downside. The hammer candle is an actionable signal to the upside. The inside bar is also an actionable signal. There's 3 actionable signals in this strategy, meaning high probability setups. We're going to look for Pfizer to trend down in the month of March. We're going to look for it to trigger at 26.52 and hit targets at around 25.76. Let's look at Shopify, because Shopify has close to a shooter candle as well. So we're going to look for Shopify. Let me delete that. Shopify to trend down off of this trigger here, 73.85, and we're looking to hit this first target, the bottom of this candle. Okay, 2 up, finished red. We're going to look for a 2 down. That's a 2-2 reversal on Shopify. Citibank. Okay, Citibank, inside bar, hammer candle. We are looking for this to trend to the upside or to the downside. The upside would give us more probability based off of the hammer candle. I would rather see this green than red because the red gives us less probability, but we will see what happens as we open up on Citibank. We've already opened up here, but as we progress through the month of March, we'll see if we trigger this and can hit first targets on Citibank. American Airlines, there's the inside bar as well. We are close to triggering to the upside, so we can look for calls there at 15.79 on AAL. I do give top 5s from all these lists, whether it's a monthly swing, weekly swing, daily setup. The top 5s go to the Griswold Gold members in the Discord. The Discord's free to join. Down below, there's a link. It is free. There is a paid membership portion. That paid membership gets you a 1-hour course on what I teach you guys here. It gets you live trading bots. It gets you this indicator that I've got here, which includes the candlestick numbers, the 50% rule, the yellow inside bars, white outside bars, and a bunch of other things. Live trading bots, and top 5s from each one of these setups. Let's go on to BAC, because BAC has that green hammer candle now. So again, this gives me higher probability that we are going to trend up on BAC. And if we look over here to the right, the month is currently red, okay? But this is a 1-day bar right here, even though we're on the monthly. This only accounts for 1 day of March. If we trend up, the month is going to turn green, and the day is going to turn green, and the hour is going to turn green. And we're going to have full time frame continuity to the upside, which is important. So BAC, higher probability to trend to the upside. Doesn't mean it will, but the probability is higher that it will do that. So we'll look for calls here at 34.65. We look at BIDU with the inside bar, not quite a shooter candle. I like to see this wick 2 times the length of this body. So we need this wick to be a little bit longer, this body to be a little bit shorter, but it's pretty darn close to a shooter candle. We can look for calls at 114.11, or we can look for the puts at 185. And again, if we trend down on Monday, this is going to be red. This is going to be red. The daily, we're going to have full time frame continuity to the downside. Let's look at Etsy, because Etsy's got close to that shooter candle as well. We're also sitting on the brink. Those 2 pink lines, guys. If I go to my weekly chart, because you'll see this on the weekly video, inside bar in the weekly, we are looking to trend down. If we hit the first target, that is our trigger for our monthly. That blue line, or the target for the monthly, or the trigger for the monthly, target on the weekly. So if we trigger the weekly, our first target is the monthly trigger. You want to look at weekly swings. This can turn into a longer trade on Etsy with full time frame continuity. So pay attention to Etsy next week, or this week coming up, and the month of March. Inside bar on Starbucks. And again, look, inside bar, beautiful run to the downside. Didn't hit targets, but we had a really, really nice run. Okay. Inside bar, really nice run. Inside bar, really nice run. That's what we're looking for. That's the probability. That's the high setups, the high probability setups that we like to give on this channel, that I like to give with this strategy. We're going to look for the same thing. Calls at 97.99 on Starbucks, puts at 92.77. There, you're going to say, Clark, what's the purple line? Purple line, the 3-month chart, okay? The quarterly chart. We had a outside bar candle on the 3-month chart. At the end of March, this candle closes, but if we trigger the weekly, if we trigger the monthly, on the monthly, our target is the quarterly trigger. So pay attention to that. It is a domino effect with this stuff. The day triggers the week, triggers a month, etc., 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 is a lot of times how that happens. So if we trigger the month, we've got a small target here, another target here, and another target here to potentially go two down on the 3-month chart, although we only have 28 days or 29 days left in the month of March. Inside bar on IBM. So the calls at 188.95, puts at 178.75. We also have the two pink lines on the weekly. We're looking to break out of that on the weekly as well, so pay attention to that. From IBM, we go on to Nike. Nike had a 2 down that finished green. We're going to see if Nike can trend up. The time frame continuity does not show us that. Okay, the time frame continuity shows us that we are potentially going to head down further on Nike, but let's see how this plays out. I see earnings here on March 21st. So a ways away, but we'll see if we trend up or we trend down on Nike in the month of March. We look at SoFi, double inside bars, 2 inside bars, double consolidation for the last 2 months, calls at 918, puts at 745. We'll see if we can break out of this. If we go to the, well, it's never had a double inside bar before on SoFi, so we'll see how this plays out. It'll be very, very interesting to see if we are going to break out of this massive consolidation, or if it's just going to kind of fluff up and then come back down. Maybe we go outside bar. This inside bar on SoFi, look, 1, 2, 3 straight months we trended down off of that inside bar. Tesla, 2 down, finished green. The buyers brought this thing back. We're going to look for calls here at 205.28. Tesla's something that I would watch in March. XLU, 2 down, finished green. So we look for the calls there at 62.62 as well. And that's the list, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Mark it down. You don't have to trade it, but follow along. You will see how successful this strategy is. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're subbed. Join the Discord. It is free. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can ask me questions on any one of those platforms. Good luck trading, guys, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.